Getting ready to record for YouTube. What's up, YouTube?
What up, ladies and gentlemen on the YouTube world?
All right, and we are going for the podcast. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. There we go. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. We got a great show for you. Some exciting stuff. If you're local to San Diego, you're going to want to tune in today because we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff to be doing in San Diego, especially if you grew up like we did. We didn't have very much money growing up, so we did a lot of the free stuff in San Diego. So stay tuned. Real quick, though. 365 pairs of shoes is what we're shooting for. So if you have a gently used pair of shoes, or if you want to donate to, we'll take new pairs of shoes too, to the homeless. We're looking for 365 pairs, 619-884-0045, or james@csfirst.com. Hit him up. He'll ride over on his Harley and pick those bad boys up.
And donations too.
Yes, donations too. Any of those. And then also for any of your insurance needs, make sure you hit him up also. Again, his number is 619-884-0045 or james@csfirst.com for all your insurance needs, whether you want to get insurance for your business, your personal stuff, or you're interested in adding insurance into your business as another revenue source. Hit him up. We'll give you all that information. All right, Ham, you ready? Let's do this intro.
I is ready. Alrighty, here we go. Welcome everybody to the Business Bros podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have on the show with us Miss Erika Deanda from Big Block Realty.
Yay!
Erika, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Another big shout out to Big Block.
Another big shout out to Big Block.
Block. Whoop, whoop.
Woo, woo. You guys got some cool people over there, I gotta admit.
It's so much fun. We
the
love
culture in that place is fun. Like it's so welcoming.
It's fun and it's innovative, and we help each other out. And at the end of the day, we make it fun, right? That's the best part. Mm-hmm.
That's totally what it's about. So, Erika, before we get into stuff going on in San Diego, tell me a little bit about you. Where'd you come from? How'd you grow up? I mean, we're in National City, and you were telling me before the podcast.
We're in Nasty City.
You came from here, right?
I love Nasty City. So, yes, when I first came to the U.S. with my mom and my sisters, we landed in Nasty City.
Nice.
So I know Nasty City.
Did you know about this area where we're at?
I do know about this area.
Because most people, like my wife's side of the family, they're like 4 generations National City. They're like, if you ever were in the Toledo apartments right there on Plaza.
I didn't live on this side of the area, but I know about this area.
Yeah.
We were by 24th and D, kind of like by the Mile of Cars.
Oh, yeah.
But I loved it.
It's a great community. Home. The National City community is a really close-knit, tight-knit, family-oriented area. Like, if you are from if you went to Sweetwater, like, you got some Red Devil pride. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of love.
Listen, not everyone can say Nasty City unless if you know what it is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just say, oh, I know where Nasty City is.
No,
like,
you don't.
You don't just say it. You got to know what it means.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So you grew up cruising down Highland?
So, yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
Look at you getting shout outs.
Well, the thing about it is, this is the deal. Like, this is like home. Like, we came to, San Diego. We lived in National City, and then we went to Chula Vista. But I never forget where I came from, This is home. Like, absolutely. So anyway, that's my little story about that.
Sweet. Okay, so when did you decide to get into real estate?
So I grew up in an atmosphere, if you will. My mom was always like in business and working hard, and she was a single mommy. I'm the oldest of 5 kids, so I couldn't wait to be older and help out. I always wanted to be in sales. I don't know why. I thought of being
because you're a good people person.
Dude,
like
I just felt like
what?
I want to be able to work helping other people, especially growing together and doing business together and things like that. So I had an opportunity to actually started in loans, and that only lasted for a little bit.
You're like, I
can bring the paycheck home, but don't ask me to do the math.
Let me talk.
You know what I mean? Like,
let me help you solve your problems.
I can make money. I can make relationships. I love doing business. Just don't ask me to do the math.
Calculator
That's
has
not
too many
gonna
buttons
happen.
on it.
But we have an iPhone now, right? You can punch it in. So I started doing real estate back about 15 years ago. I'm only 39, so it's just been a few years.
There you go. So you started when you were 15.
I started when I was 15. But it's one of those things where it's just so fascinating, because a lot of us that are in the business, there's just so many different avenues in our industry where if you're a numbers person, then there's, you can find something.
There's a spot for you.
Yeah, if you want to do escrow or whatever, and if you want to do inspections, or if you want to be in the sales platform, or if you want to be flipping homes, whatever it is, that's the beauty of our industry, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's just so much you can do with it. So I got started in real estate. Yeah, 15 years ago. Oh my gosh. But you know what that means? And when you say 15 years in our world,
it means you're experienced.
That means you're old.
Why you gotta go with the negative?
I'm just kidding.
It's funny because I was talking to my wife, and one of the things that I've been doing with the podcast is trying to expand beyond the guest. Because every time we have a show, it's always about you, the guest, right? Yeah. So my wife was telling me, they don't get to know you, the host. And I was like, you're right. And she's like, you've been in business for 15 years, over 15 years.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm so glad I know now that you guys also do insurance, because I love to partner up with people that have that same mindset, right? We do everything for our clients, everything that we have, their options. That's how we help them, grow. So knowing that now with you guys, we're about to do some business.
Oh, yeah, we're about to do some business. No, but I love it. But that's what it is, right? So many years, you build so many relationships, right? And there's a lot of value that you bring to your clients, to your circle of influence, like what goes on in town, right? When I want to have fun, I can hit up Erika and she'll tell me what's going on.
Yes.
Right? So tell me a little bit about the stuff that you share with your...
This is happening like right now in our lives. About a few weeks ago, and I think I talked to you a little bit about that. We were in spring break, and we started getting very busy with relocation clients moving into San Diego and also moving out of San Diego. So I'm like, okay, we're not leaving on vacation. We got to stay in and work. So I'm like, okay, we're in San Diego, dude. Like,
there's so much to do.
There's so much to do, but yet we forget. Mm-hmm. I told you, I've never been to the Otay Lakes.
The lake, dude.
It's in my backyard. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember it was for Cinco de Mayo. It was actually a birthday party. And then our friends, I'm like literally super tired. It's a Sunday. I'm like all over the place. But it turned out to be one of the funnest things that we did with the kiddo. So right now we're putting together a list of things to do this summer for people that are either not traveling, or maybe they're booked,
like
with
a staycation.
Work. Yes. Or maybe maybe your budget's limited. It doesn't matter. We're going to put something together where you're going to find a list of things to do this summer, whether if you're single or you have a family, or you want to go out on a date night, or check out like new restaurants in San Diego that are opening up. And the one thing that we're going to add is like places for happy hours and stuff like that. Where you know where to go. Like, let's go to Little Italy and check out this new,
this place is popping or whatever.
For brunch or whatever. Yeah. So that's what we're working on. So we can take advantage of what we have here at home when you're here, and you can like try new things,
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. There's so much different culture, so many things to do. When we were kids, like, we didn't grow up with money. Like, my parents like struggled just to pay ends meet. Totally. So we didn't have a lot of, money to do things, but we always did things. Like the tide pools, for example, is one of the things we did all, we went often. And I mean, you could spend hours just, going down to the bottom, get in the water, get your feet wet, touch the little animals, play,
so
just
amazing.
Experience life.
Totally. And like, so for the summer, like, I know that the zoo is open later. SeaWorld has a fun family night, the shows. There's just so many things to do that I feel like we forget what we have here at home. People travel all over the world to visit our home, like San Diego, you guys. So I just feel like, hey, why don't we put something together where we're being proactive? And so when people are, it's going to be in a couple of days. So we're working on that right now.
What kind of stuff do you have on there so far?
So far we have the zoo. There's AMC has free movie night, so everyone should take advantage of that. I'm already signed up.
Free movie night?
Free movie night. And then there's
Is it specific theaters or what?
I'm gonna put up the link. And then there's obviously if you like salsa, there's Salsa Under the Stars, and that could be a family event, which I love. Downtown by the park.
Where can our viewers go to find this information?
I'm gonna put it together on my Instagram. There's gonna be a link of all of the events that are coming up for the summer in San Diego for everything, like different ages, different age groups. Just take advantage.
You already got my attention. You only said like 2 things.
Dude, I'm ready to roll because
Salsa Under the Sun.
Yes, under the stars. Yes, and I there's another one that's coming up. There's a lot of things that we're looking into. But that's what I'm trying to bring back, because even if you go on vacation, you're going to come back home, right? Mm-hmm. And don't you want to do the free stuff too?
Yeah. Well, I
do.
Just think about it. It's Friday right now, right? Mm-hmm. So most of us have been busting our butt throughout the week. And if you're a realtor, your week's just about to start. I'm just throwing it out there, right? If you're a realtor, your week is about to start. Totally. It's our heavy time. But everybody else who's not a realtor, who works, Monday through Friday, the weekend's about to pop, and we need, they want things to do.
And it's nice to have it planned out, because you know what you're going to be doing, and you want to be one of the first ones to sign up. Because, some of these things that they have for free, there's like only 5 of them or whatever.
Yeah, and they're gone.
So if you're on the link and you're signing up and you're already in, that's the way to do it.
Well, I mean, we talk professionally about having your calendar set so that, if you stick to a calendar, you're going to be more productive, because you know exactly what you're doing every day of the week. But it applies to your social calendar too. Like, if you want to go out and do things, put them in your calendar. Like, set up the day. Like, I'm going to go do Salsa Under the Stars on Thursday, the whatever day it's going to be. Right.
And I'm even thinking, like, because we have friends coming from the UK the second week of July. So I already planned they're going to be in San Diego for 3 days, and then we're going to drive up to LA, which I'm doing stuff over there too with them. But even like the little ferry that you take from downtown, from the Hilton to Coronado, and you have that experience, and we check out like the little restaurants or whatever, and then going back, you do the, like the dual, like the round trip, whatever.
The little ticket stuff.
Yeah. But all of those things, like, they're like, you guys have that in San Diego? I'm like, dude, you don't even know.
Right.
But it's so fun to be able to enjoy the things that we have here at home. And also, like, the things that we've never tried. Like, it blows my mind. I'm telling you, I'm 39. And this is our first time doing that. Thai legs. Dude, like, that was our first time ever.
Did you guys take, like, jet skis out there or anything? Or just have, like,
we were barbecue. It was kind of like a barbecue thing, and the kids can go fishing. And
Mexicans. We don't do barbecue. We carne asada.
Amor, it was Mexican and Wamanian. So the barbecue was bomb.
Okay.
But it was so cool. My son's like, Mom, we can go fishing here? Like, this is so awesome. Our daughter is 6, and Camila's like, Mommy, we need to do this more often. And it's just, those are the little reminders that I'm like, wait a minute, why are we not doing this already? When we have it here in our own backyard? Like, isn't that crazy?
No, yeah. We have the La Jolla Indian Reservation, where they have like the river, and they used to have a water park. I don't know if they have the water park there anymore, but I remember it used to be there when I was a kid. My parents used to take us to Green Valley Falls all the time, which is right down the way.
Oh, there's another little thing for golfing for the kiddos. I'm gonna post it. Oh,
is it like mini golf?
I'm gonna post that too.
Well, like the other day we took the kids to Boomers, right? And Boomers has a season pass. Like, for the rest of the year, they can go back and they can do the Ferris wheel, the rock climbing, the go-karts, and the pass was like $50 for the kids. But
for
that's
the year?
For the year, for the rest of the year. So, dude, instead of buying like $10 in mini golf and then another $9 for rock climbing, like, it really adds up. So we bought the season pass, and now the wife's like, if it's a day where the kids are in summer and they have nothing to do, we can go there.
Yeah, and then obviously we have the water parks. There's just more events happening this summer, and that's my goal, to be able to share them and for us to really take advantage of what we have here at home, And
not to mention the beach.
Oh my gosh. We're not going to talk about the weather right now, because San Diego's been a little bit bipolar lately. Let's be real.
Yeah, right?
But it's like, if the beach is not having a good day and the sun's not out, what else are we going to be doing those days? And I'm thinking of the kiddos, but also people that are visiting from out of town. We get friends that call us from like different places in the world, and throughout the U.S. and they're like, hey, what's happening in San Diego? We were looking up the weather and it's gonna be raining. I'm like, yeah, it's only gonna rain for 5 minutes. Don't worry, it'll be back sunny before you know
They
it.
don't know San Diego rain,
I think
right?
Florida came and visit or something. I don't know what's going on.
The world flipped over a little
bit.
bit.
Yeah, it's happening. But yeah, there's just so much to do, and like it's just so exciting to like really take advantage of those things,
Well,
so yeah.
Well, one thing is to take advantage. The other thing is to know, right?
Yes.
Because it's one of those, we start to take things for granted after a while. Like you mentioned the Otay Lakes, right? I mean, we always know about Otay, but we forget that the other word that goes with it is the lake part, that it exists. Yeah. The name is there because of the
I feel like there's a few places
lake.
that we in general, like we forget about in San Diego, like then you're like, oh my gosh, I remember doing that when I was little. And then what happened? We got busy with life and things happen, but we're bringing that back so we can take advantage of those things that we have here at home.
So after today's podcast, you're heading over to Petco, right?
Yes, I am.
So tell me, why are you going to Petco?
This is getting personal, sir.
Oh, it's fun. It's cool stuff.
He's putting me on the spot
Let's
here.
dig a little deeper.
So I grew up in San Diego, so I consider myself a Padres fan. But today, it's just kind of like a special game because, my cousin's playing for the other team. And I love him with all my heart. He's my cousin. But I'm from San Diego. So
you're going to be sporting?
So go Padres. I'm going to get you, dude. Seriously. He's going to kick my butt. These guys. Killing me over here. Jesus.
Oh man, it's been that kind of day today.
Oh man, that is so great.
Dude, are you kidding me? I have all the Romans against my butt. Are you kidding me right now?
But let's be honest, okay? Look. I was born in LA, so I'm a Dodger fan, right?
Oh,
but
Lord,
I was
here
raised.
we go.
But I was raised here in San Diego, so I grew up with nothing but Padre fans all the time.
Yep.
And so when even my mom, like when she would come to watch the Dodger game, she would root for the Padres and she would root for the Dodgers. Like it's a kind of a
that happened to me 2 years ago. We went to a Padre game and my cousin was playing with the Dodgers, so I did wear the gear because I did it in advance. I had my everything.
Yeah, supporting the family player on the team.
Oh Lord! But I planned it out better. But it doesn't mean I'm not gonna be in my heart, like Sergio.
But let me ask you something though. Like when you're gonna show up in a Padres jersey and everybody else is wearing the other ones, isn't it funner though? They kind of like, you get to razz each other, you get to pick on each other. It makes the game fun.
And the cool thing about this thing tonight is that we do this like once a year. Like we all get together. We carne asada. Barbecue. We do pre-carne asada. In downtown at my sister's, so we're all hanging out before the game, and by the time we get to the game, nobody cares what you're wearing.
They've already given you shit the whole time.
That's what I'm
before,
thinking, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I just had to pick on you a little bit.
Oh my goodness!
Support the
Padres. I'm from San Diego. What do you want me to do?
Even National City, right? You've been here the whole time.
Here we go. Nasty City, San Diego, Chula Vista. Any more? Drop it.
Chulawana.
There you go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, she doesn't call it Chulawana. She's got the Sentry Pass, right?
Oh, dude, mine is global. So there you go.
She's been around the world.
Nasty City is one thing. Chulawana, that's too far.
That's too far.
Let's be real. All right, you guys are awesome.
My God.
All right, Erika, tell me a little bit about what you're doing in your real estate career. Where do you think you were when you first started, and how has it changed you to where you are today?
I think for me that it's been such a blessing. When I first started, I was when the market kind of crashed, which is interesting because I got into the real estate, sales side of the business when everyone was going out of business. We did about 780 units the first year that I was in the business with my broker at the time, which is amazing, Ms. Donna Sanfilippo. I will never forget how amazing you are. And that's how I got into the business. I feel that the biggest blessing for me, I got in with the right people, and I had the best coach that I could ever have in my career that set the foundation for me to just grow and be so good at what we're doing. I started with bank-owned properties, and then it the market changes. So then it transitioned into short sales. So then people had an opportunity to sell their home and cash out, or relocation assistance. And it wasn't that bad than losing your home and not having an opportunity to make a comeback in 3 years. Our country's so amazing because we are the country where if you lose out, you're going to have time to come back so quick that other countries don't offer that.
Yeah,
and
once
that's
you lose, you're
amazing.
done.
Well, you know, if you foreclose on a home, that's 7 years in California. So you rather do that or do a short sale, get a little bit of cash to relocate, and in 3 years you can buy again. Like, it goes by fast. So my business has transitioned, and I think that's what makes us more passionate and more experienced, because we've seen different markets up and down, and we're still here, you know. But I love the time that we are in now in our business because it's healthier. We've been able to invest in properties. We've been able to work with multi-units projects that we're working up in LA right now. So it's real estate. It's God. I feel like we need another show for this, but it is the career. It is the business where the sky is not the limit, because there's just so many different avenues that we can learn and grow from. And you're not going to lose out when you invest. Like, you just don't, you know?
Where does your business come from now versus where it came from when you first started?
So for the most part, for the last forever, it's been from referrals. I love our clients. I love to grow with them. Even when we do other business opportunities and I have my core clients that I've known for years, we just pick up the phone, we connect, and we grow together. So I truly believe it's about the relationships that we build throughout the years, being there for them. It's always been about our clients and how we can bring value to them with our investments, and then just building those relationships throughout the years. I've seen some of them, their kids are older now, and I've seen them go through, like, you know, growth, and they started with their first home was a condo. We all start, you know, with something small. And now they have multiple properties. So it's just really fun, you know, to have those relationships throughout the years. I still believe in obviously thinking outside of just doing their referrals. And we do a lot of like trying online leads or whatever. But at the end of the day, for me, it's my clients, my sphere, the people in our circle that we continue to help each other grow. Now,
you've been in real estate since you were 15, right? Because you've been in it for 15 years. But
something like
right?
that.
but when a new agent starts, whoop, that's you, huh? Can I ignore it real quick?
Yeah, that's see, my cousin's calling me already.
See, already. He's like, where are you at? Where are you at the game?
No, I'm just kidding.
So when a new agent starts and they hear somebody like you who's been in the industry for a while, they hear, you know, referrals is where I get most of my business. I think they mistake that with, you know, where they're starting. I talked to a new agent the other day. Yeah. We went out for lunch. He's 22. He's like, I try to talk to my friends about it, but all my friends are 22. Like they're not in a position to buy.
That is such a good question. I feel like it doesn't matter which industry we're gonna, you know, when you're first starting, I feel like there should be a, almost like a crash class or I don't know what to call it, but where people can get information about the basics, right? Yes. Like, okay, if you're going to start new in real estate, make sure you have the right coach, the right brokerage, the right mentorship, and understand what you're getting into and know your options. It's like for us, we're going to go get a loan to buy a home, auto loan. We're going to go invest out. I'm investing outside of San Diego right now, and I'm learning a lot about it. But when you are with the right people and then they kind of like explain it and break it down, like this new agent, if you sit down with them and say, yeah, referrals is one of your, you know, where you're going to get business from. But obviously there's other ways to get business.
Yes.
And that's how they see it from a different point of view. This is new for them.
Yes,
it's like nerve-wracking. Like, what am I getting into? Yeah, if my friends that I'm talking to right now don't want to do business with me, do I really want to do this? You know? Like, yeah.
Well, I was telling him that, you know, the biggest thing, he was like, look, I make my calls every day. I do door knocking. I do all these different things. And I was like, look, I think your problem is you're too spread out. You're trying so many things. You're not getting good at one thing. I told him, my advice to him was, I think you should do open houses. And I think, the reason why you do open houses is because you're going to meet people face to face. And rather than putting, you know, their stuff in a sign-in book like we used to back in the days, you should be taking a picture with them and saying, can I add you on Facebook? Can I add you on Instagram? And start building your circle of influence.
I think when you do things differently than most of us, everyone, you can make the same soup. It's going to have different ingredients, right? But when you do something different than everyone else is doing, that's when you stand out. But also when you're getting started, you got to try everything, dude. Like, just do everything, and eventually something's
See which one that you like.
Once you start with your first couple of closings, then you're going to have a little bit of savings, and then you can
some momentum, you feel better, less stress. Yeah.
But definitely do everything that you can when you're starting. Like,
just find deals everywhere.
Go to the corner, have a sign, get over here, have a freeze, give him something, get him in there,
Yeah, absolutely.
Just got to do it. We all start somewhere, and we all start with trying everything that you possibly can offer, and then kind of see what's going to work.
All right, what does Erika's future look like?
Well, I feel like I'm barely getting started. I have a few things that I want to work on, and I kind of don't want to talk about them right now because I don't want to jinx it. But I have some exciting things coming up that I've been holding off and doing a lot of research. But for sure, I'm investing out of state right now. I'm so excited about an opportunity that kind of landed it's gonna happen.
I don't want to say too much. Is it single family homes, or are you doing
multi-units?
Multi-units. That's awesome. We have we do the same thing, but we do single family. So we own in Texas, Alabama, and Maryland, and just the numbers have to make sense, right? It's just much cheaper outside of San Diego.
I love having multiple doors.
Yes, it's a little more consistency.
It's pretty cool. So that's what we're working on. I feel like, I mentioned it took me some time after my accident. Like, I kind of was a little bit out of it, but I feel like I'm getting back to having that energy, and I don't want to be like not doing what I love to do. And I feel like there's still so much more left to do, but I also want to be able to focus on quality versus quantity. Everybody loves numbers and this and that, but at the end of the day, when we focus on really a good quality life and the people around us and the projects that we're doing, and my number one thing is to be like a really cool mommy. Like, I want my kids to grow up and say, like, my mom's so cool. Like, not just like, oh, she's got to go to work again. Like,
yes.
And I'm learning to include them in projects, which I love, because they're growing up. Like, they're smarter than me on some of the apps, So that's my thing. Like, I want to be able to incorporate my mom life with my work life, and I don't think of it like work. I always tell the kiddos, we're gonna work on this project, make it exciting, and now they want to charge per project. Like, my son is very analytical. He's very business driven. He's like, okay, mommy, we're gonna drive from here to here to here. That's gonna be $25. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna call the Uber. That's like $7, dude. You're not even driving. But I love that they're
thinking about it.
Yes, like that's how. When I was little, and I'm the oldest, so mom, you know this. I would be like, okay, mommy, you were gone for 3 hours, and I was helping with homework, so. Yeah, that's a pair of Nikes. Right there. This kiddos now, dude. They want the freaking, what's it called? The
Switch,
iPad.
the iPads,
dude. I'm like, listen, you're getting shoes.
Okay, that's Nikes.
Or chanclas. You either get shoes or you get chanclas. You're not getting your freaking.
Or the chancla.
Or the chancla. I'm not doing all those freaking things. No way, man. Not till you're 21. You pay for it.
Until you're 21. Then she's going to take you out for tequila shots.
Oh, what? Why do you have to say tequila? Just bring that apple thing. Whatever you have.
Right now. We're doing that right now. All right, I got a...
Shots.
Because we're running out of time, but I'm really curious to ask you. You had your accident, and it kind of put you down for a while. Mm-hmm. What was it inside you that kind of like brought you to be able to get back on your feet and do what you needed to do? Because it could really, something like that could be devastating to someone and knock them out completely. Like they never mentally come back. What did you do to help bring you back?
I really, truly just missed being myself. Like literally, like I woke up one day and I'm like, I am not this person. I miss myself. Like I want to be myself again. I know it's never going to be the same and my hand's always going to be in whatever, but I just wanted to be back, like my energy, my persona the way I, like if you and I are hanging out or if I'm working on a project, and I just miss being that person. I understand that it takes time and it's really difficult when you're crazy busy. Like, I'm always so energetic and I've always been very independent. And I'm always like on the go and working on new projects. That's very exciting for me. That's life. Like, I'm living life. I'm doing something. I'm being productive. I'm going to kick ass. Like, that gets me going,
Yeah.
And so being like this, no, that's not me. So I just wanted to be back, I just wanted to just be myself again.
Break your own barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Erika. If anybody wants to work with you, talk to that camera. Tell them how they get in contact with you.
So if you're looking for just even information, because I know, it's such a hot market right now. We know that we have a few things coming up. But at the end of the day, I know that people want information. So if you want to ask me anything about what projects we're working on, what incentives we have, which is really exciting. We have $1,500 on some of the homes that we have through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. What else? There's a few units that we have at North Park that I'm excited about. They're almost done. But reach out to me. Call me. I'm at 619-929-9165. You can send messages on Instagram. You can Venmo me your questions. I will take your Venmo questions in a heartbeat.
That's a first.
That is a first. I like it.
But I love to help people out. I really do. I feel like people have so many questions and they're scared.
Uh-huh.
But don't ever be scared to grow and to learn. Ever. That's free, by the way, if you call me. Because I feel like a lot of the things that I didn't do before that I wish I could have done them sooner, it was because of fear. And we don't ask the questions. How are we going to grow?
Absolutely.
So I'm available to help you out. You know where to find me.
And then you said on your Instagram page is where you're going to put the information about what's going on in San Diego, right?
And I'm going to have a really cool event. Sorry, it's only for women.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
And it's coming up in Coronado. It's going to be very powerful, especially women that have had challenges and maybe are going through some challenges right now. Please reach out to me. I have something really cool coming up the second week of August, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be life-changing. It helped me, so I want to share this with you guys. Perfect.
All right. And then lastly, who do you think would be a good guest to have on the podcast?
So I'm going to call out my brother because he's been on the hideout, and I miss him, and I love him. Jeffrey Vidal, get your ass over here.
You want to know something? I went to school with Jeff.
Did you?
I did.
Then get him in here.
I know. Been
small world.
Yeah. We were in the same classes, business admin.
Listen, I'll drive him here. I'll bring him over.
Boom.
All right, Jeff, you've been called out.
He lives up the street. You're not going anywhere.
You got caught.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you it was going to be a fun one, right? Told you. I knew
hope
it.
you had fun. Thank you for having me.
All right. Quick reminder, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. So hit up James, 619-884-0045. He'll ride over, pick him up on his Harley, or send him an email, james@csfirst.com. And again, if you
donations,
yes.
Venmo him.
Venmo him.
Make that money, honey.
That's right. And of course, if you have any insurance needs or you want to add insurance into your business, james@csfirst.com, 619-884-0045. And if you want to be a guest on the podcast, first of all, thank you guys all for wanting to be guests. We are booked 8 weeks in advance, and that's the max that we're opening up my calendar so far. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast, send me an email, hernan@csfirst.com, or reach out to us on any of our socials at Business Bros Pod. But when I send you a link to book, you need to be on it because the days fill up. So we'd love to hear your story. We'd love to have you on the show, but you got to get on it as quick as possible. Stay productive, stay consistent, and that's all we got for you guys today. So
that's pretty much it.
Peace. Erika, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. Go Padres.
Go Padres. That's all we got. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out. Bye, Facebook.
Goodbye.
See you, Facebook. Love you guys.
Too much fun, Erika.
You guys are awesome.
Oh yeah, man! I didn't even get a chance. Actually, before we go, before we end the live, I just want to say this: that you had so many shout outs today. We had Tim Barker giving you a shout out. We had Antonio Cavalgian, Oscar Perez, and Courtney Cameron. Everybody, and Memo Montes. Everybody just jumping on the show saying, "What's up, Erica? What's up, Erica? What's up, Erica?" I tried to say something early, but
We're
you guys
just having
were
too much fun.
You guys were just having too much fun. I couldn't do it. So thank you, everybody that was watching, everybody that said hi to Erica and was tuning into the show. Really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and you make my heart soar. Love you guys.
Thank you. So cool. Where's the heart?
We love ya.
I didn't even know where to look. I'm like this.
Where'd he go?